What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and as I'm sure many of you have been seeing, some of the new skins have been steadily revealed over the past several days, leading to the start of the upcoming event. At the time of me recording this, 3 skins have been officially revealed, but I'm sure even more will be out by the time you're watching this. Whether or not you're somebody who enjoys seeing the skins early, there's a lot of confusion in the community as for why Blizzard employs this build-up strategy, especially given that such a large part of the Overwatch community is vocally against it. So in this video, I want to explain not only their logic behind marketing the event's content like this, but also propose how they could modify their practice in a way that not only would satisfy more people, but also could generate more hype for the events themselves. If you're new to my channel and end up enjoying this video, then be sure to like, sub, and hit the bell, but otherwise, let's start off with the most basic question. Why do they spoil the skins? The short answer to this is simple. Revealing all the best content beforehand in the teasers nets them more players and loot box sales during the event. It's simply a superior marketing strategy than keeping the majority of the content secret. While Blizzard has never been outright in saying this, there's plenty of evidence to support this as their reasoning. First off, if you're watching this video, then there's a pretty good chance that you're like me and are a dedicated fan of Overwatch. Regardless of whether Blizzard teases all or none of the skins beforehand, we'll still be logging into the event when it starts. Whether it's by accidental leaks, official teasers, or simply playing the game like we already do on a regular basis, we are going to end up seeing all the new event content. How much we actually play and whether we spend money on loot boxes will vary from person to person, but in terms of getting us interested, Blizzard doesn't need to do anything other than just have event content, and thus the skin teasers aren't made for us, but rather the other players who less actively keep up with Overwatch tweets, leaks, and general announcements. For the sake of simplicity, let's refer to these less involved fans as part-timers, and the rest of us as active players. When it comes to attracting these part-time players, Blizzard understandably has to put in a little more effort. Sure, they could invest large amounts of cash into running ads on websites and in stores like GameStop and Best Buy, or they could get free marketing through the magic of social media. Whenever they reveal something new and exciting via Twitter, Facebook, etc., a lot of people will end up seeing it. While a good chunk of these people will be active fans who see the teasers firsthand, many others will be part-timers who only see the teasers thanks to the active members having shared it. If they're lucky, the part-timers may catch 1 or 2 retweets of an upcoming event skin, and if Blizzard's lucky, that'll be enough to draw their attention back to Overwatch, if only for a short enough period of time to buy some event loot boxes. So given how fickle it is to actually reach these part-timers, Blizzard needs to do 2 important things with their social media marketing. First, tease the event as many times as reasonably possible. The more times they mention the event and its content, the more times it gets shared around, and the more likely it is that more people will find out about Overwatch's upcoming event. This is why Blizzard does so many early skin reveals, usually on a daily basis. Also, they often happen at a different time on each day, thus even further increasing the odds of any given person seeing at least one of the teasers, which overall helps maximize their exposure. The second thing Blizzard must do is make each teaser individually significant enough for it to get shared and noticed. While Blizzard could tease a new spray or victory pose, that wouldn't gain nearly the same amount of hype and attention as revealing a new legendary skin. Why hold back when they can advertise their best stuff to maximize their chances of people paying attention and getting excited to log in when the event starts? Now, there's plenty of things you could suggest for Blizzard to do instead to help minimize the impact on the active fans who hate spoilers. For instance, why not wait to tease the skins until after the event has already started? Events last 3 weeks, so just release the exact same teasers on Facebook and Twitter, but wait a week so they won't be spoiled for those who like experiencing everything first in-game. Well, the problem with that is, after the event starts and all the active Overwatch fans have already been exposed to the new content, their own hype for the event dies down. For most people, that's within just a couple hours of the event going live. If Blizzard waited to show everything on social media afterwards, very few of these active fans, whether they're major YouTubers or just some guy with a Twitter following, will bother to further share these teasers with the world, as to them, it's already old news. Therefore, without the active fans getting excited and sharing the teasers, far fewer part-timers will find out about the event's content. We actually have a perfect example of this happening with the 2018 anniversary event. For this event, Blizzard only revealed revealed 3 conventionally formatted skin teasers before the event started, being the epic skins for Soldier 76 and Tracer, and the legendary skin for Symmetra. However, after the event started, they continued to tease more of the event skins in this exact same way. But look at the difference. Soldier's epic skin, teased about a week before the event started, had significantly more views, comments, retweets, and likes than the Torbjorn legendary skin, which was teased only a day after the event started. Now, it's also worth noting that this was the event which accidentally leaked to live servers a few days before it was officially scheduled to start, meaning that literally all of its content was exposed early. But even with the event's content leaked, the Symmetra skin, which was teased after the leak but before the event officially started, still had nearly as much exposure as Soldier's skin teaser, meaning that a major factor in how much a teaser, and therefore the event itself, gets shared on social media has to do with whether or not it happens before or after the event starts. And again, it's not like skin reveals are the only way to tease and build hype for upcoming events, but it's all about maximizing exposure. Blizzard is a company who pays very close attention to the data, and given that they've dabbled in teasing various amounts of the event's content in different ways, and currently seem to have settled on a tease at least most of the best content early format, they've likely done the math and realized that this is an effective strategy. Another thing we have to keep in mind is that the active Overwatch players are by far the minority when it comes to all the people who play Overwatch. While we may see post after post and comment after comment on the subreddit forums and Overwatch YouTube channels saying that people hate the way Blizzard spoils the best event content early, these voices don't actually represent the entirety of the Overwatch fanbase. Not even close. The players who most enjoy the skin teasers are going to predominantly be the part-time players, many of whom may even be grateful for the reveals, as it reminds them that there's an event happening that otherwise they would have missed. As I said at the beginning, Blizzard doesn't need to market the event to us active fans as much, since we're gonna show up regardless. These teasers are done mainly to bring in more of the less active fans, and any disappointment we suffer in them doing this is simply collateral damage. I've heard some people say that by showing off the skins early, they no longer have any motivation to log into the event when it starts, since there's nothing new left to see. While I'm sure this is true for some people, I guarantee you that it's a very, very small amount. Even discounting the emotes, highlight intros, and other cosmetics, which typically don't get teased early, this argument assumes that a noteworthy number of players only care about looking at the skins, and not actually unlocking them in-game. And if that is the case for some people, then they're almost certainly not active players, meaning there's a good chance that they wouldn't have even known or cared about the event originally if they hadn't seen teasers for it. And on top of all this, even if you're an active fan who will still play the event regardless of how many skins get shown off early, and just prefer to not see them beforehand, it's still in your best interest for Blizzard to do this. More people hearing about and getting excited for the event means more people logging into play, which means more people buying loot boxes, which means more money for Blizzard, which means more funds that can be reinvested into the game itself for developing future maps, heroes, and event content. While having the best stuff spoiled early can be an annoyance for a lot of people, these same people overall stand to benefit from Blizzard doing it. Now, I did also mention at the beginning that Blizzard could improve their skin teasing strategy, and that there's one method in particular that could benefit them, and that's to make the skin reveals themselves more interesting. As it stands, Blizzard has been employing the exact same skin teaser format since the 2018 Blizzard World update when they first started using it. Each teaser states the name of the skin and event and features a cookie-cutter video of the new skin. It goes default skin, spin to new skin, close-up 1, close-up 2, highlight intro. Every single teaser has this exact same format, and up until the teasers for this year's Halloween event even had the exact same music playing, which at this point, for me at least, has become painful to my ears. What I propose is that Blizzard comes up with a more unique and interesting way to show off the new skins than this basic method they've been using for about a year now. Show only a partial image of them, or have them doing something more interesting than just standing there in the video. Heck, maybe even commission artists to draw a rendition of the new hero, thus leaving its actual in-game appearance a bit of a surprise until the event starts. Blizzard's teaser strategy building up to the 2018 Archives event was great, where we had the real-life mural, which was being gradually painted, along with the content creators getting invited to Blizzard HQ, and the comic outlining the story leading up to the event. These were all amazing ways to build intrigue and hype without having to just show off skins. Of course, they did also show off skins for that event, but the mysterious build-up before that was simply amazing. Now, in all honesty, I by no means expect Blizzard to actually start doing this. Planning out and orchestrating the same kind of build-up we had for Retribution is simply too complicated for it to be worth doing with every single event. And even adding more mystery and intrigue to the skin teasers themselves beyond just the copy-paste format they use currently would be unnecessary additional effort, especially since they're really just going for raw marketing towards part-timers. But what I'm getting at is that it would be nice for Blizzard to make these reveals just a tad bit more interesting for the dedicated active players, even if we aren't their primary target. Regardless, Blizzard will keep doing what they need to when it comes to attracting players. While they may not tease every event skin every time, their current marketing strategy clearly works, so unless they find a more enticing method, they'll most likely stick with it. Hopefully, now that I've explained why they spoil their own content, and that it does stand to benefit everyone regardless of where you stand, you'll feel a little bit more content with it. For those of you who've always loved seeing things early, then I guess that just makes it doubly great. But even if after all this you still hate that Blizzard teases in this way, and you want desperately for them to find an alternate method, your voice will still be heard. Despite popular belief, Blizzard does care about your investment in Overwatch, and if they see that enough people are upset by this, then that could easily incentivize them to do something different. To be fair, the only times Blizzard has so far teased every single legendary skin early was during the summer games and the Blizzard World update. At the time of me recording, we don't know just yet whether or not they'll do it for Halloween Terror or any other upcoming events, which is why I'd argue that these two previous instances were most likely experiments. Blizzard wanted to see how the community reacted to teasing every skin beforehand, as opposed to only some skins or no skins. Following the predominantly negative reaction to summer games in general, they may have decided to keep it at only some skins, or at least tease a mix of epics and legendaries. We'll just have to wait and see how Blizzard does things in the future, but for now, I'm actually quite content with their method. I think it benefits the game a lot, and I'm willing to forego being completely surprised if it means more people playing the event. Anyways, let me know your thoughts regarding how Blizzard reveals skins early. Are you okay with it? Do you love it? Or is it something that you still truly wish they didn't do? Let me know by voting in today's poll card and leaving a comment down below. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe and hit the bell to keep up with all my future Overwatch content, and follow me on Twitter for even more news and updates. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.